Hey everyone, it's Kempner Canucks. My name is Rev Trev, and today we have a trade. So let's get into it. And I love trades. I love action that happens, and there's been a lot of deals that have been happening with the Canucks, so it's been absolutely exciting. Now, this one's a minor but important deal, right? So I just tweeted literally today. So with Tanner Pearson coming back, are the Canucks going to make a trade? And who are they going to trade? And is it just a salary dump, or is it going to be a player in return? Well, it literally got answered how many hours later? And so this is nuts. And I know that for some of you, you're kind of upset because we got rid of Tanner Pearson. For some reason, you have a special place in your heart for Tanner Pearson. But here's the thing about Tanner. Okay, he had some good years. And then we signed him to that contract that I didn't like, most people didn't like, and then he got hurt and didn't play for us really. Like, he barely played for us, and we gave him that huge extension. So he has not panned out. And then now he's getting healthy, which it's great for him. But I kept looking at our roster going, how does he fit into this roster? Because I had him, as you saw in my lines video, I had him on the LTIR, but all of a sudden you're seeing he's improving, he's getting better, and this is the reality is we did not have a spot for Pearson. And why would we be paying Pearson all that money, $3 million, 3.1, I think I should have that up here. Why are we paying him all that money for what? What's he gonna do? Like, he should be on the third line. Next thing you know, he's playing with Miller and Besser at practice. And you're like, no, this can't happen. This is not this is not us moving forward. This is not us taking a step towards the playoffs. We need to move away from players like Pearson. And I was just like, I don't get it. I don't get what Vancouver's gonna do. I don't know what the plan is. And then all of a sudden today happens, and I'm like, yes! This is exactly what we needed to do in the way of moving Pearson. He was the odd man out. He was the guy that we couldn't handle, financially. And so that actually works out. So I don't know, like, how much do we actually get? Is it 1.2, 1.4 million? How much money did we save? But all I know now is Casey DeSmith, sorry. I read it backwards. As only $1.8 million. I think that is a good deal for Vancouver, because there's a couple of reasons why I like this deal. And I'm bringing this up, but I'm just thinking about this deal for Vancouver, because when you thought about the Canucks going into this season, how many of you thought that She Loves was going to be the backup in Vancouver? I did not, and he still might. I mean, depends on how his camp goes, but he's probably going to be in the AHL for another year, and he's going to be the starter, and he's going to get lots of good reps. He's young, right? But we had Spencer Martin. Now, I was not feeling good about Spencer Martin as our backup, because if Demko gets hurt, we're basically hooped, right? So let's talk quickly about Spencer Martin, and then we'll get into Casey DeSmith. So let's just talk about last season, because he played 3 games for Colorado in 2016-17, and then he only played 6 games for us in Vancouver 2 seasons ago, and he won 3 games and tied 3 games, and he looked decent. But when he actually played a full backup year, which was last year, he played 29 games. His goals against average was 3.99. He had 11 wins and 15 losses and 1 tie. His goals against, or his save percentage, was .871. That is not good enough to play in the NHL. That is not part of a winning team. I know that we had a lot of problems, so it's not all on Martin, but I felt like he did not play well. He's 28 years old. He's 6'3", 191 pounds. I mean, this is a guy you hope that does something, right? That becomes something, and they just didn't do anything with his opportunity. So some of you are like, okay, well, let's talk about Casey here. Casey is a different story. He's 32 years old, and making 1.8 million, and then he's a UFA. So this is a 1-year band-aid, in my opinion. Like a guy who can fill that spot and do it well enough, right? So with Pittsburgh, he played 5 seasons, was it, I believe? Yep, 5 seasons with Pittsburgh. And his numbers were 134 NHL games, 58 wins, 44 losses, 15 ties, and his save percentage was .912. Now that's what you want in a backup, okay, everyone? So that actually solidifies it. So all the people who are angry that Pearson's gone, we get a backup that we desperately need. Now the question is, what are we going to do with Spencer Martin now? And I do not know. Is he going to AHL? There's a bunch of guys that are trying to make that absurd Canucks. That just made it way more complicated down there. So is Martin? I don't think Martin's going to be the starter. He'll be the backup. Maybe he'll be the third guy. I don't even know. Maybe we trade Martin. I don't know what's going on there. But Tanner Pearson, though, this was great news cap-wise for Vancouver. We have way too many forwards, and we need to be moving forward as an organization. The part that's probably most difficult for most fans is that we ended up letting go of the 3rd round pick. Now it's 2025. So now, before everyone's like freaks out, because we always end up trading our draft picks but to get rid of cap, but like, what happens? Who's good that comes out of the 3rd round? Like, honestly, who makes it? It's a little bit of a gamble there, right? So I don't mind freeing up cap space so we can compete this year. We want to contend, make the playoffs. Keep Pettersson is the goal here. Win a playoff round or 2, or just make the playoffs would be awesome. There's lots of progression we need to be making here. So I'm really on board with this deal. I'm very happy with it. Now, I know some of you might be angry about it and you're frustrated, and it's like, but we're cleaning up all the Benning garbage that we've had for a long time, all the complicated contracts, and I'm very, very happy with this move. So obviously, like all my videos, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Post it in the comments, okay? Now, here's the thing. Is Tanner Pearson going to play for Montreal? Like, or is this like, is he hoping to make the team? Because if he didn't make the team at training camp, they probably were just going to have to release him or let him, like, somehow let him go and eat that cap. So this was a great move. I don't even know how, it's all complicated to me at this stage, guys. So, yeah, so Tanner Pearson's gone. Casey Smith is in. I'm happy with the deal. I know it's a minor deal that is important to Vancouver to free up the cap space, to give us a shot, to get these young guys in with more experience. That's what we really needed to do, and that's what we're doing in this deal. I'm all for it. Tell me what you think. Comment in the comments. Of course, always go